Here we are once again. It's the Role Players Podcast. I am your guy, Byron, along with the smoothest guy that I've ever known. He's the smoothest. I just don't know. But Mr. Philosophical, Mr. Know-It-All, Mr. Sometimes Big-Headed, Jay. We're the role players. But it's so good to be back, man. I had a crazy week. Crazy. A lot went on with my personal life and just work, and a lot happened this week. Again, apologies for not getting to the fantasy voyage. But if you can tell, my golden pipes have been a little compromised by some type of cold, man. It's hitting me hard, man. One day you're at a wedding, the next day you're in the bed. Crazy life I've had. Jay, what's been going on with you, my guy?
Well, nothing much, man. I was going to say, you sound like you're a little under the weather, brother. You know what I'm saying? You're a little stopped up, a little snuffy-nosed. But, I mean, as long as you can push through, that's what role players do. There is no rings and no championship without role players, so you got to push through, brother. But I've been good, man. I've been chilling, man, and I'm going to watch a little baseball tonight. Been watching baseball. But boy, did it feel good to be back in Winners Row. Yeah.
Congratulations. Congrats, man. Congrats on being back in Winners Row. I guess your fantasy team is still alive and kicking and screaming. So, congrats to that. You know, if you're doing well in fantasy out there, hey man, shoot us a screenshot of your team, your roster. I want to see what you guys got out there. You know? In one of the leagues, I had to check one of those Williams guys, Tim or Terrence, and they were bragging about being undefeated, but I think we both suffered our first loss last week. So hey, you know, losses happen. I like to get it under my belt before the season ends. I don't want to lose in the playoffs because I'm going to the playoffs. But if you're listening to us, you're already winning. And if you're not listening to us, well, toodaloo. I don't know what to tell you, but it's a lot going on in sports, man. As you said, Jay, baseball it's been fun, man. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I can't wait until the game tonight. You know, it's even right now. The Rays are doing their thing. The Dodgers. Whenever Kershaw's on that mound, man, it is on. Mookie is Mookieing. I mean, it's great. But we're here tonight because of our old friend, Adam Silver. Now, Adam Silver, if you don't know, he is the NBA commissioner. And he has proposed, or I believe the headline said they're eyeing a 72-game season, which would end before the 2021 Summer Olympics. Now, forgive me, but I believe the Summer Olympics starts in June, July. I didn't look it up. I didn't have time because I was so excited to get back to you guys. But the Summer Olympics, okay, so here's my thing before I go forward, because I don't want to bury the lead. The 72-game season now, are they saying that the 72-game season in playoffs will end before Summer Olympics? Or are they saying the 72-game season will end, but then we'll have the playoffs, which will put us right on target for the season ending early October, like it did the entire season, ending early October like it did here in 2020. Now, this said season will begin in December. I don't know where they're coming from with this, but it sounds very hopeful because if the season starts in December, the NBA draft is officially scheduled for November 18th. That means you're going to give your guys a month? We haven't seen these kids from college they're going to come out and play in a month? Where's the preseason? Where's the development league? Can't call it summer league because I guess it'll be the winter league. But where would that fit in? I just don't know. Jay, do you even think this is possible? Are they just reaching, or did someone just blow the story on this? What do you think, man? Because
I think the NBA is blowing smoke. So they gave you bubble basketball, and this was my concern with bubble basketball. Not only injuries, but it was you're gonna mess up the next season. So at what point of time were we jeopardizing just the sport of the NBA in general? Because baseball has pulled it off, and yes, baseball ratings are down. I don't think baseball ratings are always down, though. I think they just have more of being down because of it's the Rays and the Dodgers. I mean, who cares about the Rays? Most people thinking the Dodgers are going to win. Football pretty much is doing a great job. So I just looked it up. The Summer Olympics essentially starts Friday, July 2021. It ends August the 8th, 2021. So essentially we're going to be playing basketball up until, let's say, a week or so before the Summer Olympics. Like, this is almost impossible, guys. I mean, 72 games. We're sitting here. We experienced bubble basketball. We went through the trenches. We went through the ratings. I mean, everybody's ratings are getting hit right now, except for maybe the NFL. That's because America loves the NFL. So let's just say hypothetically, they're not going to be able to compress everything into a short period of time. We're talking about free agency, workouts, draft workouts, pre-draft workouts, sitting down meeting with these guys. Let's just say hypothetically, we're going to say Jay is a point guard, and I'm using myself. Jay's a point guard, and we don't know that Jay has mental problems. We don't know Jay really don't want to play in the NBA no more. He's tired of sitting out. And let's just say Jay has just ballooned up 125 pounds. I mean, these guys haven't did anything. You don't know what they're worth now. It's a crapshoot to have a top draft pick. NBA is a complete mess. There's wishful thinking in 72 games. So I'm thinking scratch the whole NBA, because we normally end the season about the 1st of June in the playoffs. Us ending the season in July, the 1st of July, mid-July, right before the Summer Olympics. You're toying with the Summer Olympics. You're toying with off-season. You're toying with free agency. You're toying with the Summer League, the Summer League was really starting to pick up a lot of steam. You're toying with a lot of things when it comes to the off-season workout of the NFL. So me personally, I think it's to hit the reset button, do a 50-game season. Hey, baseball did it, and baseball actually they're enjoying their new rules and things along that nature. Try the 50-game season, see how it works out, and just hit the reset button for the 2021 season. 72 games, that's a little far-fetched, man. I just don't see it, man. What about you?
And you made a very good point, because I forgot about free agency. I forgot about trading. I forgot about any meetings that have to go on. There's a lot that goes into the operations of a sports league. And this is really tight, man. It's jam-packed. You're always talking about load management and all of that. If you somehow imagined or could somehow fathom a 72-game season from December to July, and that's just saying regular season, or even if you say playoffs, these guys are going to have to play almost every day. It's far-fetched. I don't think this is legit. I don't think that, or I should say, I don't think it's the top proposal, because there's no way. Because at what point do we get the NBA back on track? The new normal doesn't mean, hey, everything's going to be upside down and let's start the zombie apocalypse or the post-apocalypse era. of the human society, of the human race. It doesn't mean that. So right now, I think they're flipping things around, trying to make it work for the money's sake. Because it's all about the dollar. It's all about the dollar. They need those games to be on TV, ESPN, TNT, TBS. Like you said, Jay, everyone is suffering here. A lot of things are not on TV. Who's watching TNT without NBA? Not me. Who's watching CBS without college basketball? Not ACC country. I can testify to it. So I think they're pressing the gas on something that doesn't even have brakes, man. They're just going full speed ahead without brakes. So I think they just need to stop the progress. Think about this thing. Really think about it and get this thing back on track. Because I know the NBA ratings are down, and Jay, you said that. But they're not going to recover by forcing basketball. It's just not going to happen. Take your time, Adam Silver Surfer, and cruise your way into the 2021 season the correct way so that in 2022 we get this thing back on track, man. I'd love to go home right about now. October, November. Watch some basketball, man. Let's get it back on track. COVID it's not going to be life. It's just momentarily, you know? So that's my thoughts on it, Jay. But you hit the nail on the head, man. You actually nailed it against the wall with a lot of that, man. You've been doing some research, man. I've taught you well.
You know what? You know what the most peculiar thing is? And everyone says the role players are LeBron haters. Okay?
What?
We're not LeBron haters. I'm going to say something for all the LeBron lovers on the role players page. You guys shouldn't even want a 72-game season. And I'm going to give you a reason why. Hey, your guy already he went to Miami. He tagged along for a D-Wade adventure, got a couple of rings. He came back to Cleveland. He tripped Draymond Green, got him suspended, got a ring out of that. Now he has a COVID ring. And you compare this guy to Jordan. You gotta let Jordan, he can't hold Kobe's job, man. But do you want this guy to have 2 asterisk rings, 2 COVID rings, when they talk about the greatest of all time? And they say, yeah, man, he got them 2 COVID rings, man. Them 2 COVID rings during the COVID time. He got 2 of them jokers. Think about that, man. He'll never be up there. He'll never forget MJ. He'll never pass Kobe.
Kobe, Bill Russell. It's a lot of guys. And that's not saying that LeBron isn't great, but you guys, you're LeBron stands, man. Take a breather. Nobody was a bigger Tracy McGrady fan than this guy right here, okay? But when it was time for Tracy McGrady to just sit down, I was like, it's up. Time's up, man. It's up. Be realistic, you know? And where the hell is LeBron going to find the strength to make it through a 72-game season? So, yeah, Jay, another great point, man. We're going to have people coming for our heads tonight. But it's fine. It's fine. Because that's what we do. But what we do not do is horrible sports. And I don't know about you guys, but I seriously had an identity crisis watching Thursday Night Football this week. I looked in the mirror and I said, are you really this boring, man? Are you really this bored to watch the Philadelphia Eagles take on the New York Giants in Philly with some cardboard cutouts and a few fans. But are you really this boring? And sadly enough, I am right now in this COVID, I guess, life. I don't know what you call it. But man, that game was terrible. I mean, I didn't know who was worse at one point. Danny or Carson? It was horrible, man. You have guys out here dropping the ball. Evan Ingram, man, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I've been waiting for you to arrive, and I don't know, man. You're like a delayed flight. I'll just catch a train. Carson Wentz. He was there, and then he went. And, I mean, they won the game. He made some plays down the stretch. But, geez, man, what was the point? What was the point? For them to take the lead in the division at 2-4-1? Man, this is trash, man. The bigger story here is, what are we going to do about this NFC East? Because you have potentially right now, the Eagles are at the halfway mark. Almost, right? One more game, and they're at the halfway point. They have 2 wins. Right now, they're on track for 5 to 6 wins. And that can win the division because there's no Dak Prescott walking through the door in Dallas. The Washington football team, by the way, that's going to stick, guys. Daniel Snyder says he knows he's trash. It's going to stick. The football team, they suck. The Giants are not going to find any wins with Daniel Jones. We saw that last night. The game was theirs. We're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles coming in with probably about 6 wins, man. Jay, man, what can they do, man? Can we just annihilate this division, and just add them to the other divisions in the NFC? What can we do, man? Because it's not going to be fair that a 6-win team gets home field advantage, especially if there's fans at that point. What do you say?
Man, I mean, only thing you can do, people, they've discussed realigning the divisions again after the realignment. But of course, that's more along the line of expansion. The NFL will expand again. I guess that's the next time they'll realign and do some things along that nature. But my suggestion is penalizing teams for not going over 500. So we penalize the NFC East division in general. So, okay, you guys stink. You guys don't have a good enough football program in the NFC East. Why do we reward these guys with home field advantage? So I think it need to be a loophole in the playoffs to where you say, hey, you know what? This team, let's just say hypothetically, the Eagles are at the top right now. So let's say, hey, man, the Eagles, they only won 5 or 6 games. They are on pace to win six games. The analytics, they ran the analytics. The most wins Philly came up with was 7 wins. So let's just say they win 6 games and they win their division. They would be lined up right now to play the 5-1 Packers. Yeah, the 5-1 Packers.
Wow.
They would be lined up to play the Packers, brother. Now, in what world is that fair for Aaron Rodgers to go on the road to Philadelphia and play a playoff game? We talking about a playoff game, bro. So if Philly lose, if Dallas wins this weekend, Dallas would be in line to host the playoff game. So is that fair? No, that's not fair. That's horrible, especially in this COVID times. Now, let's get things straight. They may be playing playoffs in the bubble, so it may not matter this season. There really may not be a home field advantage at stake. But let's just think hypothetically in general for the future. That is nowhere. That's not fair. You should not have to travel to a team that's way under 500. And we normally have this issue maybe what? Every 4 or 5 years, you have a division sitting there that's not really competitive. And you're like, wow, these guys. I mean, right before the Mahomes and the Alex Smith era in Kansas City, the AFC West was just like that. I remember my NFC West at one point in time. You remember that's how beast mode came on the scene.
Yeah.
It wasn't that was Drew Brees that was victim of going up to Seattle in a playoff game, and his team had 12 wins, and Seattle had 5, 6 wins, and they won a playoff game through the home field advantage. It has to stop, man. I mean, what's your thoughts? What's your take? Because you have a team that's not competitive. So what's your thoughts?
So yeah, I do have a sucky team. My team is probably one of the worst. If it wasn't for the Jets, they would be the worst. But if the Jaguars were in position to strategically rob a team of a playoff spot, more than likely I'm going to accept it. I'm just being real. But realistically, I think it's trash. I would want them to sit out. I would want them to have to forfeit their playoffs position and give it up to one of the better teams, because I can't compromise the game of football. I love playoff ball. I think it's fantastic. If the team that's 6-10 is going to have to play a 9-10 win team, it's not fair. Sit them down. I can't go for it. I can't go for that. No, why? No can do. I just can't do it. You already know that, though.
So wait. You mean to tell me then we have the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs have no value. The seeding has no value. So now we're just hypothetically just playing a whole bunch of ton of games and have the divisions for nothing. You have to reward the division winners for winning their division, brother. Those are 6 games. That's essentially 75% of your schedule almost.
Winners prosper. It's that simple. It's not my fault that they're the best among the worst. It's not fair. So if there was a division that had the Jaguars, the Jets, the Falcons, and let's say the Redskins, or the football team. I got to get out of that habit. But the football team, those are geographically around the same area. Somewhat. You're telling me the Jaguars would be in position to go to the playoffs? Do they deserve it? No. You can't give it to them. Or the Jets. Well, no, they don't have a win. The football team, they would take up a playoff spot. Do you want a team to get an automatic bid, an automatic bye, just by playing one of these terrible teams? It's not fair. Whoever plays the Philadelphia Eagles, they are going to get a walk in the park to the next round. Exemption. You've been upgraded to first class. You didn't even buy a ticket, man. Come on, man. Come on. I can't do it. I know it's crazy because, like you said, what's the point of divisions at that point? I don't know. Maybe we've gotten to a point where it just doesn't matter. Maybe it just need to be 2 conferences. I don't know, man. But this is just, I don't know. It's bogging me, man. It's bogging me down. So yeah, Jay, do away with them. Like you say, or penalize them or something. Something has to be done. At the very least. They have to give up their home field advantage.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. They're removing them from the whole playoff picture. I don't know, man. So if anyone from the NFLPA is thinking about voting for this guy when Roger Goodell steps down, don't do it. He's going to remove your playoffs. Playoffs?
That's right.
Playoffs?
That's right. Absolutely right.
Come on, bro. You tripping.
Because I want quality sports. Think about the college football playoffs when that number 4 seed gets in there by way of the SEC teams beating each other. And then they sneak in. It's always some team that maybe shouldn't be there. And then they play, and then you say, wow, man, that was a blowout, man. What was that for? I would have rather seen TCU get a crack at it. Or Notre Dame. Or Notre Dame, if you're a hunchback. Which a lot of Notre Dame fans probably are hunchbacks. But because I just can't see I can't see someone liking Notre Dame from birth. But yeah, man, it sucks. I want to see good ball, man. I want to eat some wings. I want to drink some beer. I want to be entertained. I want to be excited for the next 3-4 hours, man. You're not getting that if you're putting the Philadelphia Eagles or, like you said, if you put one of the lower seeded teams, one of the worst teams in the league in the playoffs. You're not getting that. It's not going to be fair.
Well, how about we do this? 4 historically terrible franchises in the NFL. Let's make it the historic division. We can put the Jets, the Dolphins, the Browns, the Bills, and the Lions in a division together.
No.
That'd be good football, man.
Would it be? Would it be, Jay? Because I have a Thursday night football game that says otherwise against the Giants and the Eagles. That thing was horrible. It was horrible.
I don't know, bro.
Well, I know one thing. If you're not the best, or if you're not first, like Ricky Bobby said, then you're last. But Ricky Bobby was always first. So therefore, he didn't have to worry about being last. Just like the Titans and the Steelers. Where there's a dark smudge on the NFL, there's always a beacon of light. And that's coming out of, really, if you go back to the old divisional alignment, the AFC Central, the Titans and the Steelers would have been division rivals, man. So this is good football that's going to take place this weekend. I don't know why they didn't make that the Sunday night game, but it's all good, man. It's all good because I am fired up and ready to go. Ready to watch it. I already told my lady. She was like, oh, well, you know, there's a birthday party at 2:00 on Sunday. Negative. There's a football game at 1:00 on Sunday. Number one's in the AFC. Ben Roethlisberger going up against Ryan Tannehill. This is the matchup of the century, right? Where did this come from? Mike Vrabel up against the Super Bowl winning coach, Mike Tomlin. Derrick Henry against James Conner. Defenses for defenses. TJ Watt. We're talking about some big time action. Mike Vrabel may be the coach out of New England that we've all been waiting for. Not Josh McDaniels, not Charlie Weiss, not Paddington Bear down there in Houston. None of that. We're talking about Mike Vrabel, man. This guy, have you seen the footage of this guy? He gets involved with his team. He takes on blockers during practice. I love Mike Vrabel, and I'm a Jaguars fan. This is big for me. This is huge. Because I can't stand the Titans. They get on my nerves. The more we lose to them, the more they make me sick. But, like I said about the playoff situation, I love football first and foremost. Especially being a Jaguar fan. And this is going to be some good football, man. The game is in, I believe, Tennessee?
Yes.
There will be fans. The weather should be decent. Should be. Man, I'm looking forward to this game. Whoever wins this game, they're going to have big time bragging rights. Now, I usually don't take the takes first. I roll it over to Jay, but I'm going to go ahead and do this one because I have a lot of Steelers fans that began a hatred for me when the Jaguars were just giving them work on top of work on top of work. They started hating me, man. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it, man. The way that Jaguars game went against the Steelers back in the day, that's the way this game is going to go. Man, the Steelers about to get thumped, railroaded, roadhouse, the old Pokey Looney. It's going down, man. Derrick Henry is going to have a monster game. This guy is cooking. Tannehill is cooking. The Steelers, they don't know how to step back and return to that grinding mode. That let's get it done. Let's get a win. They get too fancy, man. They get too happy with Ben Roethlisberger. This dude's going to turn the ball over 3 times on Sunday, man. You listen to me. Listen to me. Mark my words right now, right here. It's happening. He's going to have 3 turnovers, at least 3 turnovers. Titans by 15, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's covering the spread and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So, I thought the Pittsburgh fans was going to be more ticked off at me than they are at you. You know what I'm saying? But I believe it's going to be the other way around because I'm for some love, man. They got Juju Smith. They got Claypool. I told you guys Juju Smith wasn't a number 1 wide receiver. But I said if you put a guy next to him that's capable of being a number 1 wide receiver, you would see the Pittsburgh offense take off from a passing perspective. Although, you know what I'm saying, I say I told you so a lot of times. I'm not going to say it right here. I'm going to give Pittsburgh some love. I like what they're doing. They're missing Bud Dupree. I think Dupree, no, Devin Bush towards ACL. Not Bud Dupree. Devin Bush towards ACL. And, I think Pittsburgh have a chance in this ball game. But Pittsburgh, the reason why you're going to be ticked off is because you're new to the party. And I know you're looking at your old dogs, Tomlin and Ben, but you're new to the party to facing this Tennessee Titan defense. Man, this is a real football team. They're going to gut it out 60 minutes. They're going to smack you in the mouth. They're going to make Pittsburgh fans mad because they're going to beat Pittsburgh playing Pittsburgh Steelers football. Did you get that?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers playing Pittsburgh Steelers football. Sprinkled in with a little New England Patriot. Tannehill is going to be throwing dimes all over the field. I mean, it's going to be – I'm not expecting Henry to run all over these guys. I'm expecting Tannehill to do it with his arm. I mean, the guy is playing at the MVP level. I'm not saying he's going to be MVP. I say he's playing at the MVP level. So I got Pittsburgh putting up a fight in this game. But I got Tennessee. I'm going to do you better. You said 15 points. I'm going to do you better, man. Tennessee.
Well, okay. I guess the Steelers might need to tighten up. I'm sorry, man. Sometimes I have dad jokes, uncle jokes.
Yeah, you couldn't resist on that one.
I just couldn't, man. I mean, I just couldn't. You know, in the battle of the AFC, I guess when it comes to the crown, the Titans are gonna have to steal her. Okay. Bozo hour is over. So it seems like the role players just feel the same way. I couldn't even battle Jay on this one. I tried to going into the season that, hey, this guy says he loves when I eat crow. So here it is. It's on the mic. I was after Ryan Tannehill. I was after this guy. I was like, you talking about that guy that played for the Dolphins? This guy sucks. This guy's terrible. But hey, sometimes the right quarterback is the perfect fit for the right team and the right coach. That's Mike Vrabel and the Titans, man. He's getting it done. Is he going to go out there and outduel Pat Mahomes? No. But is he going to go out there and be efficient? More than likely, yeah. He's really settled into this Titans team, man. Tannehill is the only Tennessee. Tennessee. But sure. Happy hour is over because it's time for some cheap pounding. You guys are annoying. The narrative has switched now. It's switched. You guys are winning. You've won 3 games. You lost 3. You've been there close enough in a game or 2 to say, hey, man, maybe we might can have an 8-8 season. We might can pull out 9 wins. We might can be in the mix of this thing. We might be the team that the Eagles block, But you guys, it was all doom and gloom. Oh, Cam Newton. Oh, Luke Kuechly. Oh, Gregory Olsen. Oh, Coach
Riverboat Ron.
Coach Rivera. You have forsaken us, David Tapper. Why have you forsaken us? Shut up. Shut up. Enjoy the team that you have, man. It's going to change. Have you seen Cam Newton lately? Have you seen Greg Olsen lately? These guys are showing their age. Cam Newton this guy is eating crow. Thought I was eating crow. This guy is eating all the crow. He's saying positive things. We're going to win. We're going to stay focused. We're going to get the job done. He's on New England radio, basically begging for the fan base to stick with him. He's done. Whether you like to admit it or not. Greg Olsen, done, man. Riverboat Ron, this man is up there fighting for his life. Granted, that wasn't a pun, because he does have cancer. He's battling, man. We don't even know how much longer he's going to coach. It's always time for change, man. You guys are doing great. You're going up against Drew Brees this weekend. Drew Brees, without Michael Thomas, without Emmanuel Sanders, you have a real opportunity to win your 4th game. Be loyal. Trust the process. Jay, what you think about this Keep Pounding the Nation, man? What's on your mind with the Super fans?
Wow. Well, the Panthers are what, 3-3? Or they're
3-3.
Right?
They're kicking and screaming, man.
They're 3-3. They're 3-3. They're essentially just a game back. They're half a game back. The Saints. Saints had a bye week. And they're game back from Tampa Bay. If these guys, if you would have told them when the season started, they'd have took that. They would have embraced that. because these guys were ready to run. Mark Rue, Teddy Bridgewater didn't even get a chance with these guys. They were so in love with Cam Newton, but Cam Newton hadn't done anything lately. He's showing you what he does in New England right now. Like, they're running a wishbone offense. And my big bad Niners are coming to town. So the Patriots could be staring down. Belichick could be staring down the barrel of having his first 3-game losing streak in New England. Can you believe that? That's because Cam Newton's there. And ironically, Cam Newton was having his own losing streaks right here on 85. You know, so the Panther fans, look, you're fine. It's a process. Some days you're gonna come out and you're gonna be like, oh wow, we look good. And other days you're gonna come out not look so good. Hey, for whatever it is, man, I think it's one of those years. What is it? 2020. We went through Rex Grossman. We went through Trubisky when he first got there. Hey, the Bears, this just might be their year to be competitive. Because I don't know how in the hell they're winning. They're probably the worst first place team in the NFL right now. Even worse than Philly. So, you lost to Chicago. You got the Saints. You're going down there. It's a very winnable game. Hey, there's no Michael Thomas. There's no Emmanuel Sanders. They're going to feature Kamara and Taysom Hill a lot. That's the game plan. Drew Brees look like he's a shell of himself. He's throwing short to intermediate pass routes. Hey, you guys can knock him off. And that would be such a great momentum builder. And how fitting would it be for you to do it down in New Orleans? So New Orleans is they're reeling, man. They're on the fence. They're on the fence, and these guys are in unfamiliar territory. 1 week Michael Thomas is playing, the next week he's not. There's some things going on there. They're having COVID cases now. They're routinely complaining about the referees. I mean, you have the chance to put your foot on the neck of Drew Brees right now. Do it. Embrace it. Trash to keep pounding and come up with a new slogan, because those guys aren't coming through that door anymore. That's all I got to say. I mean, what if the Falcons were still saying too legit?
Oh, man.
Or Dirty Birds. Maybe they should go back to saying the Dirty Bird. Those guys aren't winning either.
Man. That bird is so dirty. That bird is dirty down there in Atlanta, man. I don't even want it on my Thanksgiving plate. Don't want it, man. It's almost time for Thanksgiving, man. Come on, don't do that. You know, sidebar, I found out that sweet potatoes are good for the heart. So I'm going to eat some sweet potato pie for the turkey day. I don't like calling it Thanksgiving. We know why. I don't mind, just don't. But we're almost near the end of the show, but I want to bring something to the show that was brought up on social media. You guys in the role player group, you guys are great. Okay? I don't want you to downplay that. I don't want you to look at it and say, oh, well, he's just hyping it up. No, these guys and gals, they're absolutely great. So, role player Phil, the real deal Phil, he posted, you get one shot only. Layup, you'll make $50,000. Free throw, and this is all based upon you get one shot. If you land it, you get the prize. If you don't, then hasta la vista. Back to the 9 to 5. Layup, you win $50,000. Free throw, 100,000. Top of the key, 500,000. A wing three-pointer, 750,000. And the corner three-pointer, like sweet baby Ray Allen himself, you win $1 million. So we had a lot of debate with this. Now, before I tell you what I chose, because I did it on the role players' name. This is one shot, guys. This is one shot. You're going into this thing with nothing. You're not paying to enter this competition. You're not doing this for a spot on a team. This is a one-hitter quitter. One moment. If you nail it, you're somewhat wealthy. You're somewhat rich. You're very rich if you nail that 3 points. That 3-pointer in the corner. You're rich. Untaxed too. It's untaxed. Why not? This is Trump America. Taxes doesn't matter, right? But Jay, what's your logic on this, man? What would you do?
Oh, go ahead.
What would you do, man? What's the shot you're taking?
I'm taking that corner three, bro. Because I'm confident in my shot. First of all, I'm confident in my jumper. And my role player brother Phil, man. And Phil, Phil ain't really seen me ball before, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't sitting there saying I'm Jordan. But hey, bro. And we all know my sport is football and baseball. But I holds my own on the basketball court. So before I tell you what my shot gonna be and why I'm taking the shot, I challenge Phil to any shot on the basketball floor. He want to play one-on-one, any shot anywhere on the floor for a small fee, a small wager. Hey man, it could be a 10-piece nugget meal if that's what you like. I know you like to eat out, bro. whatever you want to do, I'm game for it, and we can go live on the role players. I'm game for it. So to a much lighter note, I'm taking that corner three. Because I'm confident in my jumper. I'm confident. Hey man, it's a set shot. There's no defense on me. That's essentially a free throw.
But the pressure's on.
Hey man, that's no pressure in my veins. It's cool water. It's cool water. It's ice water in my veins, man. I couldn't believe that Phil said he was going to take a layup. Like, man, you're supposed to shoot for all the marbles. You got to come up for more than 50K, man. I mean, this is a life momentum change. At least take the free throw. That's 100K. That's an easy bucket. These are undefended, uncontested shots. That's why I'm shooting the corner three, man. That's my shot, bro. What about you?
Well, before I give my answer, so the thing about me, I've always been odd when it comes to sports, man. When it comes to baseball or when it comes to any other sports, I can do the things that people find difficult. I do those no problem. No problem. Baseball, I can pitch. I can throw heat. Well, at least the last time I was doing it. I'm a much older man now. I'm retirement level now. But I could throw smoke. Hitting the ball, you look at my frame and you say, oh, he's going to smack the ball. I can make contact, but I can't drive it. Basketball, do not ask me to dribble. It's not happening, Captain. But mid-range, I'm Rip Hamilton. It's money time. Three-pointer, not so much. I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't have to push a lot of times. But I've had my heyday. Football, I can throw. Surprisingly, I just don't get it. I can't block. You look at my frame and you say, hey, he's going to block someone. No, but I can rush someone. But I just can't do it. But back to basketball, man. For me to ensure that I get something out of this, I'm going to take that top of the key. I believe I could take that shot. I believe that was what, 750? Or maybe I'll take that wing 3-pointer at 500. But I'm going to get something out of this. I'm not going to think layup, because a lot of times, are we talking about a running layup, or are we just talking about, like you say, a set layup underneath the basket at an angle? I should be okay with that, but honestly, I might miss that. Because like I say, I can't dribble. But that mid-range, that top of the key, I think I can nail that thing against the wall. Cold turkey. Because I've been known to knock down a pretty shot. But I can't do it. If it's all or nothing, I already came in this thing with nothing. I can't go for the 50,000. That's not going to even cover student loans at this point. I can't do it. Kudos to Phil if he can, but I can't, Phil. I gotta swing for this thing. Because if I nail that $1 million shot or $750,000 shot, I'm gonna take care of a lot of problems. But if I hit that 50,000, man, essentially I'm not winning. The college foundation is. And then they're gonna tell me your remaining balance is what? I thought I was done with this. I thought I was done. I can't do it. I gotta go big or go home, man. So cool beans, man, you know. But that thing created a lot of commotion, man. I loved it. I know Adam said he's aiming for it. He said he's going for the $1 million shot. Tim said he's going for the $1 million shot. You gotta go for it, man.
And the corner three, analytics wise, because of what you said. So if you come straight on to a basketball court, you haven't worked, you haven't ran, you haven't did anything, and you run full speed and try to make a layup, your legs may not be there at that moment. You may short arm it. I've missed the layup walking right on to the basketball floor.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, I'm a little tight. But I've been able to shoot that jumper without even jumping. I can hit that shot without even jumping, without using full strength. So one of the most underrated easy shots on the basketball floor, and then we can move on, is I call it the Tim Duncan shot. That bank shot was on the list. That bank shot is always open, man. I had my stepson, my stepson, little Malik. I had him on the basketball floor, and he said, "You keep hitting this shot." And I just kept shooting it. He was waiting for me to miss. He said, "You're never going to miss." So I started making it with my eyes closed, brother. That's the easiest shot on the basketball floor, and people don't know it. Because all you got to do is throw the ball at the darn square, man. That's what that's
going in every time.
Every time.
You know, and I didn't see that. I didn't see the bank shot on the list, but like, yeah, why not add the bank shot? Because you're absolutely right. If there's a bank shot on there, oh man, I'm running straight to the bank with it. You could throw that thing from Jerusalem. If you hit that square, it's going in. You can't miss. You just absolutely can't miss. I'll do a bank shot all day. Like you say, Rip Hamilton, Grant Hill, MJ, Tim Duncan, the big fundamental. I'm doing that.
Grant Hill used to he used to shoot bank shots almost from the 3-point line.
It's a cheap shot, man.
And you love Grant Hill. And when my son signed him, I said, hey, man, we got Grant Hill. Man, he going to help us out, though, defensive-wise. Man, we don't withstand the later years of the Phoenix Suns trying to make a run if Grant Hill's not on that roster. That bank shot was always open for that guy.
Yeah.
A la Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan ruined my Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, but it's a reason why they call it a bank shot. It's money. It's money. But, in the world in a land of dreams. That's all it is. Because nobody's paying that to any of us anytime soon. But what will pay you is a lot of attention and a lot of respect for listening to the Role Players Podcast. You've been here listening to your guy, Byron. That's me. And none other than Mr. Know-It-All, Jay, or I should say, Corner Specialist. You know where to find us. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon. Yeah, man, it's Prime. And Spreaker, home of the Role Players. You can find us on a ton of other platforms, but the point is, we're out there. So if we're out there, hit the share button. Let people know. Tell a friend to tell a friend where it all begins, man. It starts right here with the Role Players. We don't take any days off. We do it. And if you want to get in on that basketball shot discussion, you can find us on the social media. That one's on Facebook. Courtesy of the Role Players. And courtesy of Phil. You know the logo. Look for it. We're out there. And then if you want to find us on Instagram, Twitter, the Role_Players. That's at the Role_Players. Get out there, shoot us some DMs, some tweets, those screenshots of your fantasy rosters. Man, let us know that you're out there, because we're going to let the world know that you're here, because you guys are the all-stars here. And we're just role players, giving you the deets every week about what you know and what you think you know and what you don't know. Because that's what we do, baby. That's what we do, baby. Man, Dick Vitale, come on, man. Give us some college basketball, man. But in the meantime, you guys go and hit those buttons, and we're going to go and provide you with more content. It's been a great ride. It's been a great show. Thanks for listening. We're out.